Hey everyone, it's Brandon from TopTenGamer.com, and so glad you're here. Christmas and the holidays are coming up, whatever you call it. You're going to get about a couple weeks off. If you're like me, it's that time of year where you meet together with the people you love, and then as soon as you possibly can, usher them out the door with a wave of excuses so that you can play as many games as possible. Now, if you've been on the channel for long, you know that I'm mostly a PC gamer. But you might notice that this title is about Xbox games, and that's because there's a few Xbox One games that I absolutely can't live without this holiday season. Here's a look at my top 10. Number 10 on the list is one that I'm sure will be number one for some of you. This is basically an Xbox exclusive, as the PC and PS4 users will get it clear in December of 2016. This made a lot of people really mad. But if you're an Xbox One owner, then you are in luck, because Lara Croft is back in Rise of the Tomb Raider, and we are all lined up to see just what surprises Crystal Dynamics has for this one. As for the storyline, we find Lara finding and trying to locate the ancient secret to immortality in remote Siberia. This time around, gamers take her through a huge open area where they're going to solve puzzles, face those death-defying traps, guerrilla warfare, and help her conquer a world that's trying to protect its secrets. It's going to be awesome, but you gotta have an Xbox One if you want to play it. Unlike the last couple of Assassin's Creeds, I'm cautiously optimistic for number 9 on our list, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. It's time to take London back during the Industrial Revolution in Ubisoft's all-new AAA title, Assassin's Creed Syndicate. This time around, you'll play as twin assassins Jacob Fry and his sister Evie, who IGN says may be the series' best heroes yet. In other words, if you've enjoyed the Assassin's Creed series in the past, then Syndicate should just blow your mind. Now, you got to take all that with a grain of salt. These are words from Ubisoft, but taking a look at the story and the gameplay, the game looks legitimately good. In Syndicate, you'll use the twins to recruit a gang, hijack carriages, and brutally assassinate the corrupt to gain control of the city and rid it of corruption. The reputation of the Assassin's Creed series, once again, hasn't always been perfect, but I'm cautiously optimistic about this one. Come on, Ubisoft Quebec, don't fail me. Number 8 is Forza Motorsport 6, and this might just be Turn 10's biggest game ever. What really shines here is the garage. You get the option of owning and altering 460 cars. That's really hard to pass up. You'll race everything from pre-war open-wheeled vehicles to Indy cars, and do so even through some incredibly awesome looking wet weather. Multiplayer is fun and playable without additional lag, and career mode will be more in-depth than previous versions. Overall, if you're a race fan, this is one I definitely recommend you check out. Number 7 is Just Cause 3, 400 square miles. Think of it. That's the freedom that players will feel with Avalanche Studios' latest in the Just Cause series. In Just Cause 3, Rico Rodriguez returns to his mother's homeland in the Mediterranean island of Medici to free it from a brutal dictatorship run by General D. Ravello. Along the way, you'll have access to countless vehicles and weapons, and find your own way to cause the destruction of overly built-up military bases on the island. One unique option that really makes the game feel unique this time is the wingsuit, which allows access to more areas in easier and better ways than ever before. This, along with the grappling hook and parachute, truly allows the creative destruction that Just Cause fans are looking for. Look for it this holiday season. Number 6 is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. And although it's number 6 on our list, there's no doubt that Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is probably the most anticipated game of the holiday season, as shown by the recently conducted Nielsen survey. It may even outsell highly anticipated titles like Fallout 4. That being said, there's no reason to think that the multiplayer gameplay will really be that much better than other titles in the Call of Duty series. Still, here's a brief look at what's new. Options like leveling up guns, controlled jump thrusts, slides, and new momentum mechanics have me, as well as some other former COD players, coming back to take a look at this one. Another significant addition is the option for specialists, which are elite black operations soldiers which provide custom weaponry and cybernetic enhancements to players on the battlefield. Once earned, you'll choose between one of 9 of these elite soldiers. Our initial impression from the beta is that it changes the game structure quite a bit. Whether it adds another layer to multiplayer or simply makes certain characters OP is yet to be seen. As far as single player goes, the dark and gritty future-based Black Ops 3 campaign, it looks solid. Overall, Black Ops 3 from Treyarch looks promising and is one to look for this holiday season. Number 5 on our list is going to be a surprise for some of you. And speaking of surprises, one of the biggest surprises of E3 this year was Rainbow Six Siege. The brutally punishing action mixed with immense destruction and unbelievable 5v5 multiplayer gameplay lands this unexpected game on our number 5 spot for the most anticipated games for the end of 2015. This isn't the same Rainbow Six you've seen in the past. Even the difference between the alpha and beta gameplay was significantly more smooth. If you're an FPS fan, you're going to want to go get this. Number 4 on our list is FIFA 16. It's one of several new sports-related games for the end of 2016. Other ones, if you'd prefer a different sport, NBA 2K16, Madden NFL 16, or even if you like the wrestling stuff, WWE 2K16 is also out for the end of the year. But let's talk about FIFA 16 because it's here and incredibly popular, and you know what? It's even more realistic than ever. This comes from new changes like the swing step defender, better goalie gameplay, a more realistic slide tackle, and no-touch dribbling as you streak towards the goal. Additional improvements like the FIFA 16 trainer helps new players to learn more quickly how to play the game. As the learning curve from a basic level to a legendary player is quite steep, it's really cool to see these sorts of changes because that's one of the biggest barriers to entry to games like this and NBA 2K16. Other improvements include the FUT draft, which honestly is what I'm most excited about, career mode innovations, and women's national teams. Overall, the new FIFA 16 looks promising and has solid changes versus the previous FIFA 15 version. That being said, if you have FIFA 15, the looks and feel of this game will still be pretty similar. Still, improvements like that FUT draft will be just the kick that many players need to buy the game. Yes, over here at my house, we are all freaking out about number 3. Star Wars Battlefront is here to stay, and it is going to be an amazing FPS game. Now, I've played both the alpha and the beta, and we even had Joker over at Joker Production give his impressions on the game so far from what we've seen. Needless to say, we're excited for this one, and you should be too. Weapons and combat were smooth, and game looks amazing on the Frostbite 3 engine, the same engine that's been used on Battlefield Hardline and Battlefield 4. If there's one small criticism I have for Battlefront, it's in the way that vehicles are presented as power-ups. Not something that I loved. But overall, the game looks good and should be one that gives hours and hours of entertainment during all that holiday free time that you have and should get you super stoked for the movie later on in the year. Number 2 on our list is Fallout 4. And I'm so excited about this game that I'm playing Fallout 3 right now. And if Fallout 4 is out, I recommend you stop listening to this, whatever you're doing, and go play it. Go check out the video, the description below. I've got a link to all the games in this video, and Fallout 4 is there. You can go pre-order or you can go play it. Again, if you can go play it now, why don't you just go do it? That's what I would suggest. And one of the reasons for that is because Bethesda does customization better than anyone else. In Fallout 4, Bethesda brought back weapon modification at a completely different level. You can change its function, its appearance, or just about everything you want to do with it. Another new option is the ability to completely customize your character's sex and face. You'll also get a fully customizable home and settlement that brings some of the best traders and items of the game to your home, and of course encourages raiders that you'll have to ward off. Certainly that'll be easier with your newly built fort. As far as the storyline, the action happens after you emerge from the Fallout shelter in the ruins of future Boston 200 years later. As the sole survivor of your vault, you're brought into the dark and lonely new world. It's your job to rebuild or determine this wasteland's fate. Overall, Fallout 4 will be attractive to fans as well as newcomers to the game. The open world will leave you busy for hours, while the DLC and mods may keep you entertained indefinitely. You got to be careful with that one. Anytime a game says indefinitely, it may take you off the edge. But this game would probably be number 1 on our list, but as it's not an exclusive to the Xbox One, I felt the next game in our list deserved that spot. Number 1 on our list. Now, it's not going to be number 1 to everyone, and I understand that. And if you don't love this list, you don't like what I'm doing here, that's perfectly fine. Go to the description below. I've got a link to the article. We're up in the upper right here. There's the little info tab you can click on. You can go vote for your favorite and prove that I am wrong. And I'd be happy if you do so and you leave me a comment here, or if you're reading this on Top 10 Gamer, leave me a comment there. So number 1 on our list, Halo 5 Guardians. Now you can argue with me over whether this is number 1, but you probably can't argue that in terms of first-person shooters, few have had more of an impact on the gaming industry than the Halo series. Halo 5 Guardians seeks to fall in line with other classics of the series. For storyline, Halo 5 Guardians is a direct sequel to Halo 4, released back in 2012. Now, for multiplayer combat exists on 3 tiers with 21 multiplayer maps at launch and 18 more post-launch. So, total of 39. Pretty good, right? 12v12 Warzone is the largest Halo multiplayer experience to date and looks to bring that experience to a whole nother level. So, other than that, you got your classic 4v4 arena multiplayer that's going to be your skill-based competitive type combat. And of course the 4-player campaign mode, which allows you to play with friends that can drop in and out of the campaign in its 15 missions. Speaking of the campaign, Microsoft has listed it as taking 8 to 12 hours on normal with 8 playable characters. So not overly long, but again, you're really here for the multiplayer experience, I hope. If not, then you probably should play a different game. For items, this will be the biggest Halo yet with over 1,000 Rex at launch, 175 armor sets and helmets, 30 vehicle variants, 53 visors, 1,600 plus forge objects, and 218 player emblems. For competitive Halo players, there's also a new little prize pool of over $1 million at the World Championship to promote the esports progress of Halo 5. Overall, Halo 5 Guardians is the game we feel Xbox owners will be most excited about. But depending on your genre preference, again, you may prefer one over the other. The multitude of maps, vehicles, weapons, and more here should get you excited about this upcoming game as I am. All right, that is our list of must-have new Xbox One games. Some exclusive, some not, but I feel it's a pretty good one. Again, I know some of you are going to rip me, but that's okay. I still love to see it. If you liked the video, press that like video. If you disliked it, press that dislike button. Let me know how you feel. Again, if you like our channel, don't forget to subscribe. Also, don't forget to go to the description below where you can find a list of all these games. Go buy them on Amazon.com, which gives a small kickback to our channel. If you're already on TopTenGamer.com reading this, then you can just click on one of the on-ad pages. Hope you guys are having a great day, and we'll see you next time.